Hello everybody, this is just a run through of our new Bailey Adamo 75 4DL, which we collected last Tuesday, and we're going to give you an idea of the things we like about it, the things we're not so keen about it, and the problems we had, which were not too many really, to be honest. But anyway, forgive me for referring to my phone just to pick up on bits and pieces. So we picked up the motorhome last Tuesday. That's Tuesday the 28th of January. Pickup went well. A few people have mentioned on a group we're on Facebook, which is the Bailey Adamo's group, about issues and whether or not they wanted some advice on when they pick up their new motorhome. So hopefully this will be of assistance to them and to anybody else who's picking up an Adamo or picking up any motorhome. So pickup went smoothly. We had a video 3 or 4 days before collection, which ran through the chap basically was in the van, in our actual van, and ran through all the services, drop down beds and all those bits and pieces. So we were aware that everything was working, lit the gas, powered up the boiler, so we were aware all those things were working. I was quite happy with that. Some people I spoke to on Facebook weren't so happy. They felt they wanted the one-to-one. When we actually picked up, there was a one-to-one as well, but as most things have been covered, there was no real problem with that. So we were away fairly quickly. We actually got away probably in about three quarters of an hour. They had one issue, which was putting the new number plates on. They stick the number plates on nowadays, as people are probably aware, and they try to stick on the front, but there are actually 2 protruding screw holes, or screw mounts, where the front number plate is fitted. And when we got to the motorhome, the number plate had fallen off. So somebody came out, drilled some holes in the plate, screwed it on. First attempt screwing on, they over tightened it, cracked in the plate. Went and got another one, which fortunately they produced on site, and that was all fine. Put it on, everything was fine, and we were away. We spent a couple of nights local to the pickup, just to sort of check things over, make sure things were to our satisfaction and there were no issues that we needed to go back for immediately. Everything was working okay, no problems really. There's a couple of little bits and pieces that were not quite right, which some people may well have taken back. Others, and the majority, seem to actually sort these little issues out themselves, rather than go back and have to, wait for parts to be ordered or wait for the slot to be available to book your motorhome in. We're about an hour and a half's drive away from our dealer, or an hour and a quarter away from where we store, so we don't want to go back and forth too often. So the issues I had, there was an issue, and I'll pop the videos on just to show you what I mean. A couple of issues we had. One was with one of the backrests on the front seats. Below one of the backrests there's a board, and at one end of the board the fixing had split, which was not good, but I actually fixed that while we've been away now on our second trip. Put some wood glue in there, clamped it for 24 hours, and that's fine now this morning. A couple of little niggly things as well. We had a problem with the anybody who knows the Adamos, we have 2 front passenger folding seats, and one of the little doorways that opens up was the hinge basically had come loose, or the hinge was very loose and actually came loose on a couple of swings of the door. So that needed to be fixed. We've done that again, that's sorted. And on the other door, one of the rests for the actual seat of the sofa had there was a bit of movement on the front panel. In fact, the little screws, again the fixing's not great, So the fixing to the front panel of that seat inside, a little cross member, had pulled out, and the screw was just turning there. So I brought a little bracket with me this time, and put just a little 90-degree bracket on there, and that's fine. So those issues are resolved now. So just a little background on before we picked up the motorhome. We arranged insurance. I got a few quotes, ended up getting it from Caravan Guard. We, as others have advised, it's probably better to go with a specialist motorhome or caravan insurer. We went with Caravan Guard, as I say. It costs us about $620. It gives a good cover, obviously fully comprehensive, and it gives up to 90 days cover abroad, as well as the cover in the UK, plus recovery in the UK and recovery abroad. So we went with that. That was a pretty good service, and we were happy with that. Going back to the issues we've sorted, as I say, the issues have been nothing major really. We've managed to this is our second trip out now, and we've not come across any other issues other than a couple of bits that I said were there. Now, those of you with Ford transit-based motorhomes will know that there have been issues people reported with water ingress into the engine compartment, and that can cause problems with the injectors. Apparently the water gets in, settles on top of the air filter, and can seep down the side into the injectors. There is a way around this, and apparently it's only an issue really in motorhomes. The issue really being that transits generally obviously are used for delivery purposes, and they're on the road all the time. The engine is always very hot, and so any water is evaporated away. With a motorhome, they're sitting there, so water tends to settle, drips down, and it can sort of get into the injectors and rust the injectors. I think it's more a problem having to, when you have to replace them, they can be rusted in and need drilling out. But this is just anecdotal evidence that I'm coming across here. But people, a number of people have mentioned it, so it is a problem. So there is a tray that's produced by a guy called Rob Drew, who's in most of the Ford, probably Facebook groups for motorhomes. And there's a little tray that fits in, a little metal tray, a well-made, solid metal tray with a drain pipe attached. Takes the water that drips onto the top down through the engine compartment and away safely at the bottom. I fitted that yesterday, and this morning it did rain last night. This morning we went in there and there was water in the tray, or remnants of water in the tray, and the head of the filter, I think it's the filter that's there underneath there, I may be wrong, but anyway that was all nice and dry, so that was sorted. There are also issues in that some of the terminations of the wiring looms, where wiring looms are connected, there's one in the passenger side at the rear of the engine bay, which is totally uncovered, and water can drip from the scuttle tray or it's possible for water to drip through there. So again, another person on our Facebook group called Peter Burton has come up with a little cover for that, a little printed basically cover that fits over nicely and seals that off. There's another issue with the Ford cab in that, again, because transits generally are not made to be used for motorhomes, when you're in a motorhome or a caravan overnight, there's a fair amount, well, not a caravan, in a motorhome, because of the glass on the front, the windscreen being very cold at night, especially if it's warm inside this time of the year, January. There's a lot of condensation, and the condensation can drip down the inside of the windscreen and into some electrics that are behind the glove box, basically on the passenger side. Again, there's another connection there where water can drip down along the wires and cause issues going into that connection there, and people have reported headlights coming on, going off, electrical issues basically. So that's one thing I've got to do. I'm going to get behind the glove box, which again doesn't sound too complicated, but you need to basically raise that connection box there so that the water doesn't run down the cable into that box. So it's best to get these things done early stages. I mean, they're all, you know, some people may consider them overkill, but they do seem to be reliable reports of issues with the transits when used as motorhomes. Obviously they would all be covered by warranty, so if you needed to get them sorted, Ford would have to sort out the issue. But again, there's been reports that people being told that it's an issue with the motorhome manufacturer rather than with the Ford itself. But it's the Ford that's having the problem. So those issues are fixed. In the meantime, we've got some silver screens on order. The silver screen will more or less do away with that issue because it will keep the screen warm, and you will not get anywhere near the amount of condensation, if any at all, on the inside of the windscreen on a cold night when it's warm in the motorhome. I haven't got those yet. They're on order. I've ordered tailor-made screens, the long version, so that covers the a part of the bonnet as well. So that hopefully will deal with the condensation and deal with the water that may be dripping into the engine compartment. There's about a 2-month backlog on ordering those. They're sort of handmade more or less, those screens. So in the meantime, it's recommended that, and I may well carry on, I'll see how the silver screen goes, to put towels along the bottom of the inside of the windscreen, just to collect any moisture that might be dripping down. So that, you know, as yet it's early days. We've only really been out a total of probably 6-7 days in the motorhome since we had it. So but we want to get these things started at an early stage, put all the measures in place that will prevent any issues that may arise. At the moment we're in Camping and Caravan, sorry, not Camping Caravan, we're in the Caravan and Motorhome Club site near Henley on Thames. I think it's called what's it called? Four Oaks Club campsite in Henley. It's literally sort of 20 minutes walk into Henley. It's a nice sunny day today, so we'll probably go in there today, and we'll put on a little bit of video showing you around Henley, just for those who've not been. It looks like I had a little walk in last night, and it looks a very pretty little town on the Thames, obviously. So we'll put some video of that on. Anybody has any issues or questions they may have on the first sort of week or two of owning a motorhome, please put any comments in there or any questions you might have, and I can answer them directly. Specifically, as I say, to the Adamo 75 4DL, although many of the fittings, drop down beds, fridge and cooker and everything are the same in all of the Adamos, and I'm sure in many other motorhome makes as well. So any questions, just put them in the comments and I'll answer them as best I can. And please, if you'd like to subscribe, I'll be putting more videos on. There won't be quite so much chat, obviously, as time goes by. I'll just mention occasionally if there are any issues, and I'll put those on. But please subscribe and like, and it'll help the channel spread the word of the Adamo motorhomes a little more widely. Maisie's having a bit of a fit with some dogs that are passing by. But overall, we really like the Adamo. Maisie, come here. Hang on a second. Come here. Good girl. Come here. Overall, we're happy with the Adamo. We're happy with our choice. We decided on going for. Sit down. So overall, we're happy with the Adamo. We went for the 74DL because we wanted as much living space as possible. We also occasionally go away with other family members, so we wanted the twin double drop down beds. By having the twin double drop down beds, you just get this rear lounge area as well as the front lounge, and the beds are very comfortable. We were quite surprised actually. We thought we might have to put some toppers on. Beds are very comfortable. They go up nicely to the ceiling with the all the duvet and the pillows on. There's no problem there. They go up and connect nicely at the top, and compared to the caravans we have had in the past where we've had sort of to make up the beds in the evening, we're very happy with that. It's a good compromise between having beds that are ready made and having the maximum amount of space during the day. I will run around the van probably later on just to give you an idea of what we got extra. We had some dealer fitted extras put on before we collected, so we'll run them around those and give you an idea. So here we are in the motorhome. It's early days really on our trip, so it's a little bit of a mess at the moment, but basically we've got the nice seating area at the back here. So we've got a U-shaped lounge. We put covers on obviously because of the dog. Nice area at the back. We haven't as yet fitted a TV which fits up here. We haven't actually got the slide in, and we've realised that with the slide in actually that fits on there, it's not going to actually take our TV anyway, because combination of the stand, the slide in and out stand, and the thickness of the TV basically will not go in there. So we're going to have to come up with something else. We've been using iPad for the time being, so that's not a problem. It's Maisie there. She's happy enough. We've got the lounge area at the front as well, with another drop down bed there, as well as the bed that we've been using up here. When we went to see this motorhome, we knew we wanted this motorhome. We'd been to shows and we saw the original Adamo. This is now the refresh version of the Adamo on the new Ford cab. We wanted to go with this, so we went to Grantham's, and they happened to have this one in stock. Somebody had actually put in an order for it, and then unfortunately circumstances meant they had to drop out, so they'd already had the air conditioning fitted. So all these things add to the weight, and the payload of these isn't great, about 350 kilograms, so we will be up plating in order to give us some more we will be up plating to give us more capacity. I'll run around the engine compartment, I'll run around the cab a little bit later on, although I have got a bit of video I can put in of the cab and what you get with the new Ford cab compared to the original. We also had an awning fitted, so I'll show you that in a while. Right, this door here, I noticed as you close it there's some resistance at the bottom, especially here, so you're really forcing it in to close it. Had a look at this morning, and it's actually to do with the hinges. This needs to be raised, so for the moment I think the top hinge needs lifting, so once you lift that and then close, it's fine. Okay, so in order to fix this door problem, it's just a question of releasing that Allen key there and sliding that down. So let's give that a go. Okay, so that's done now. There's no movement there now, and it should shut over nice and easily there. That's fine. Right, just fitting the Rob True tray with a little bit of advice from Rob. So we fitted it here. It does just sort of rest, well, maybe just above the plastic there, and maybe just touching this hood area here. I fed the pipe, put Jubilee on there, Jubilee clip there, fed the pipe down through the bottom there, and I'm going to cable tie it now to one of these pipes that already has cable ties on it, and another at the bottom there. So there's one cable tie just there, and then I'll fit another one just down the bottom there from underneath. On the plus side, the tears people were getting with the passenger seats on the bad welding points on the frame seem to have been sorted out. This was all nice and smooth here now. I'm not sure whether this bar actually would have been on the original seats in the original Adamos, but obviously that raises it off the welding points here should they be rough. But as I say, they all seem nice and smooth, so maybe Agouti have improved their quality on the seat frames. On our way into Henley-on-Thames.